Open your eyes gently now, my dear, or simply stay soft and closed if that feels better this morning. You don't need to rush into the day yet. You don't need to check anything, plan anything, or prove anything right now. You only need to breathe, to notice, to receive. 12 gentle truths are waiting for you here. Each one a small doorway into safety, into love, into the quiet support that has been surrounding you the entire time you slept. There is nothing to prepare, nothing to accomplish before you're allowed to simply feel held. Just your breath, arriving and leaving, gently, the way it has all through the night. Nothing is required of you except your breath and your willingness to receive this morning gently. So let your shoulders soften. Let your breath deepen. Let your whole body settle into the truth that you are safe. And let us begin together, softly, the way a good morning always begins. The first feeling that decides your whole morning, the very first feeling you notice upon waking, often quietly shapes the hours that follow it, more than most people ever realize. Rushing straight into worry or urgency sets one tone, while pausing gently sets an entirely different tone altogether. This morning, before anything else begins, let's choose that first feeling together, intentionally, gently. What would it feel like to begin differently today? Breathe in slowly, and as you exhale, whisper softly, "I choose to feel safe as I begin this day." Feel how different that sentence lands compared to reaching immediately for your phone or your worries, before you've even had a chance to settle. A woman once said the mornings she paused to feel safe first were the mornings that unfolded most gently for her. What shifted in her simply by choosing that first feeling on purpose? This isn't about ignoring real responsibilities waiting for you today. It's about meeting them from a steadier place inside yourself first, before anything else demands your attention. A calm first feeling tends to widen your options, while an anxious one tends to narrow them before the day has even started. Tonight's rest becomes this morning's foundation, and that foundation is still yours to gently choose right now. And once chosen, it tends to color everything that follows, quietly, gently, all day long, the way morning light slowly fills an entire room. Why safety begins before your eyes even open. Safety, my dear, doesn't wait for proof. It doesn't wait for the day to prove itself trustworthy before it's allowed to gently arrive. It can begin right now, in this quiet moment, before your eyes have even fully opened to the light outside. This morning, let's practice feeling safe first and letting everything else follow naturally after. I am safe in this moment, exactly as I am, exactly where I am right now. Feel your chest soften. Feel your breath deepen without needing anything outside yourself to confirm it or prove it true. A retired teacher once said she began every morning this way for a year, and slowly her whole nervous system began to trust it. What changed in her simply by offering herself safety before asking the day to earn it? The nervous system doesn't need external proof to begin settling. It only needs a clear, repeated signal that it's finally allowed to. Safety, spoken first, before anything else, tends to lower the body's guard more effectively than any circumstance ever could, alone. This morning, you don't have to wait for a good day to feel safe. You can feel safe and then meet the day. And that order, once practiced, tends to change everything about how the day unfolds. Gently, from the very first practice, just for a moment, 3 small things as you lie here this morning. The warmth beneath you, the quiet in the room, the simple fact that you are breathing easily, without effort, without needing to think about it at all, without needing to manage it in any way. The quiet support you forgot you already have. You have been supported far more than you've likely noticed, my dear, in ways too quiet and constant to always catch or appreciate fully. The air that fills your lungs without asking, the ground that holds you without complaint, the light finding its way gently through your window each day. This morning, let's remember that support together. What have you been carried by without ever fully realizing it? A man once said he spent years feeling entirely alone, until one quiet morning he noticed how much had actually been holding him the whole time. The floor beneath his feet, the roof above his head, the countless small kindnesses he'd simply stopped noticing over the years. What shifted in him the moment he finally saw how supported he had always been, quietly, without announcement. Support doesn't always look dramatic or obvious. Most of the time, it looks quiet, steady, easy to overlook entirely. This morning, before anything else, notice how much is already holding you up without asking for anything back in return. That noticing alone tends to soften the sense of being alone that mornings sometimes carry. And once noticed, that support tends to feel more present with each new day you remember it, gently, one quiet morning at a time. As we continue into this morning, there's a quiet kind of love that has been present the entire time you slept, and it's still here, waiting patiently to be noticed, closer than you might think. What your heart already knows about being loved. Place your hand gently over your heart this morning, my dear, and simply feel it beating beneath your palm. Steady, patient, unwavering, faithful as it has always been. It has carried you through every uncertain night, every difficult season, without once asking whether you deserved its faithfulness or not. There is something your heart has always known about being loved. Something worth remembering this morning. Whisper softly, I am loved simply because I exist, without needing to earn it in any way. Feel that rhythm beneath your hand, present, unconditional, asking nothing of you except your willingness to receive it fully. A woman once said the morning she finally believed those words, her whole chest felt lighter than it had in years. What was her heart quietly waiting for her to finally believe? Your heart doesn't measure your worth by yesterday's mistakes or today's uncertainty. It simply keeps loving you forward regardless of either. That unconditional rhythm has been present since before you could even understand what love meant in the first place. This morning, let it remind you of something your mind sometimes forgets, that you are already simply deeply loved. And that love doesn't require anything further from you except your quiet willingness to notice it gently, right here the moment your body remembers it is safe. There is a specific moment each morning, my dear, when the body can either brace for the day or gently remember that it is safe. Most people rush past this moment without noticing it, yet it holds real, quiet power over how the whole day feels afterward. This morning, let's slow down enough to actually let your body remember. Breathe in, and as you exhale, whisper, my body is safe, my body is supported, my body can rest into this moment fully. Feel your shoulders drop slightly, feel your jaw unclench, feel something in you settle that had been quietly braced for far too long. A nurse once said guiding patients through this exact remembering each morning noticeably eased their recovery over time. What is your own body remembering right now as you simply lie here and breathe. The body often carries yesterday's tension into today unless it's given a clear, gentle reminder that the danger has fully passed. That reminder doesn't need to be complicated. It only needs to be sincere, repeated softly, morning after morning, without fail. Once the body remembers safety, it tends to move through the day with less bracing, less holding, less quiet exhaustion. And that ease, once felt, tends to carry forward into everything you do today, quietly, gently, without you needing to force it. A forgotten truth hidden inside every sunrise. Old traditions understood sunrise differently than most modern mornings do, my dear. Not as an alarm, but as a quiet, gentle invitation. They believed each sunrise carried a quiet reminder that beginnings are gentle, not forced, not rushed, not earned through struggle or effort. Somewhere along the way, this understanding faded, replaced by urgency, by rushing, by mornings measured only in tasks. Grandmother once told her granddaughter that the sun never rushes, and yet it never once failed to rise exactly on time every single day. She still repeats this to herself decades later, whenever her own mornings feel too hurried or too heavy to bear. What is it about the sun's quiet, unhurried certainty that brings such gentle, immediate reassurance? The pattern, many notice, is emotional rather than purely poetic in nature, though both play a real role in how it lands. A rushed morning tends to carry anxious energy forward into the rest of the day, subtly, without announcement or warning. A morning that begins like sunrise, gentle and unhurried, tends to carry that same steadiness forward instead. That small shift in pace seems to quietly protect your peace no matter what the day holds for you, no matter what still waits ahead unseen. Just for a moment, imagine the sun rising slowly outside, unhurried, certain, arriving exactly when it's meant to arrive. Notice how calm even the simple thought of that certainty feels inside you this morning, settling gently into your chest. Why the universe has been supporting you all along. Many people wait for proof that the universe is on their side, some dramatic sign, impossible to overlook or seriously doubt. But support, my dear, usually arrives quietly, disguised as ordinary mornings most people rush straight past without ever noticing. This morning, let's notice what quiet support might actually look like around you. A stranger's small kindness, a problem that resolved itself overnight, a morning that simply felt lighter than expected, for no clear reason at all. None of these announce themselves as universal support, yet each one often is exactly that, quietly, without fanfare or explanation. A woman once said she nearly missed how supported her life truly was because it arrived looking like an ordinary Tuesday morning. What support might be quietly present in your own morning right now? The mechanism here is simple, though rarely discussed in everyday conversation between people rushing through their busy mornings. Support tends to arrive through ordinary channels, people, timing, small circumstances, rather than through dramatic, obvious interventions from above. Recognizing this shifts how closely you pay attention to the small, seemingly unremarkable moments filling your mornings. And once you begin noticing them, they seem to multiply, quietly, one gentle moment at a time, more and more each day. The gentle words that welcome you into the day. There are certain words, my dear, that seem to welcome the body into morning more gently than any alarm or rushed thought ever manages to. They aren't complicated, they aren't clever, they're simply warm, spoken quietly, directly to yourself as you wake. This morning, let's practice offering yourself that whisper softly, "Good morning, dear body. Thank you for resting. Thank you for carrying me into today once again. Feel how tender that sentence feels. How different from simply reaching for your phone the moment you first wake. A man once said greeting his own body each morning changed how gently the rest of his day tended to unfold. What might shift in your own morning simply by offering yourself this quiet welcome first? This welcome doesn't need to be elaborate, it only needs to be sincere. Offered before the noise of the day fully begins. Speaking warmly to yourself first thing seems to set a tone the rest of the morning tends to naturally follow. Tonight's rest becomes this morning's gentle greeting, and that greeting is entirely yours to offer freely right now. And once offered, it tends to soften everything that follows. Quietly, gently, all through the rest of the day. What changes when you trust you are held? There is a moment, my dear, when doubting your own support finally softens into simply trusting that you are held and cared for. Most people resist that moment, afraid that trusting means letting their guard down too completely, too soon. But trust, this morning, means something gentler than that. Something more like finally resting into what was already true. Whisper softly, I trust that I am held, cared for, and deeply supported today in ways both seen and unseen. Feel your chest loosen, feel your breath deepen, feel something in you settle that had been quietly bracing for a while. A woman once said the morning she finally trusted she was held, her whole day felt noticeably lighter than usual, almost immediately. What had she been unknowingly carrying? Simply by doubting her own support. Trusting you are held doesn't mean nothing difficult will happen today. It simply means you won't be facing it entirely alone. The tighter the doubt, the smaller the sense of support available to lean on throughout the entire day. Once trust loosens that doubt, support becomes easier to feel, quietly, the way warmth spreads through a room. And in that trust, today finally has room to unfold with a little more ease than it otherwise might have. Gently, without needing to be forced or hurried along. The quiet voice that says you are enough. Underneath the busyness of morning, my dear, there is often a quieter voice that has known this simple truth all along. That voice doesn't shout, doesn't demand proof. It simply, steadily insists that you are enough exactly as you already are. This morning, let's listen past the noise, toward whatever has been patiently waiting underneath it. Breathe in, and as you exhale, whisper, I am enough, exactly as I am. This morning and every single morning after this one. Feel how different that sentence lands compared to the usual morning rush toward proving or achieving something first thing. A young man once said that the moment he heard this quieter voice, his whole morning routine felt less like pressure and more like peace. What was that quieter voice trying to remind him of all along? The busy mind often speaks first because it's louder, more urgent, demanding immediate productivity and quick, visible reassurance. But underneath it, patiently, is usually a steadier voice, one that doesn't need achievement to already know you're enough. This morning, instead of rushing past that voice, simply pause and let it speak first, gently, before anything else does. That quieter voice, once heard, tends to bring a peace the rush of morning could never quite offer on its own. No matter how productive the morning felt, why feeling loved changes how you move through today. The way you feel this morning, my dear, quietly shapes how you move through every single hour that follows it throughout today. A morning that begins in love tends to create softer choices, more patient reactions, gentler interactions with everyone you happen to meet throughout the day. This morning, let's notice how deeply connected these two things truly are, quietly shaping one another without you needing to force anything at all. A retired nurse once said the mornings she began by feeling loved were the mornings her patients noticed her gentleness the most, without her even trying. She hadn't expected an internal feeling to ripple so visibly into how she treated everyone around her that day. What might shift around you today once you begin your morning already feeling loved, before anything else has even happened yet? This isn't magic, it's simply momentum. The feeling you begin with tends to carry forward into everything that follows it today. A morning that begins anxious often creates anxious moments throughout the day, subtly, without much conscious notice from you. A morning that begins loved tends to create the opposite: patience, warmth, room for both yourself and others to simply be human. This morning, as you feel loved first, notice how much lighter everything around you may soon begin to feel, gradually, gently. The soft beginning that carries you forward. There is a soft threshold, my dear, between still resting and fully waking, and you are standing there right now, gently, unhurried, at your own pace. You don't have to rush across it. You can simply notice how safe, how loved, how supported you already feel here, right now. Let's cross that threshold together, slowly, the way one steps into morning light without flinch. Whisper one final time. I am safe. I am loved. I am deeply supported. Today and always, in every moment that follows. Let those words become softer with each repetition until they feel less like affirmation and more like simply who you already are deep down. A woman once said that by the fourth repetition, she could no longer tell where the affirmation ended and her own quiet knowing began. That is exactly where you are welcome to arrive this morning too. This soft beginning doesn't require you to do anything else, my dear. Only to keep breathing, keep receiving, keep trusting the support already surrounding you. Whatever peace has settled in this morning will continue quietly with you, long after these words have gone quiet and the day begins in earnest. You don't need to hold on to any of this consciously. Your heart already knows exactly what to do with it. Simply rise now, gently, and let the rest of the day unfold from this same soft place, without needing to force anything further along the way. There is nothing left for you to prove this morning, my dear. Only breath, only safety, only the quiet support that has been here the whole time, patiently, without asking for anything back. You've spoken gently to your body, your heart, your doubts, and each one has softened just a little this morning, more than you might realize yet. That softening doesn't end the moment this meditation does. It continues quietly with you through every hour of today. The universe has been holding you all along, my dear, in the same patient way it always has, without needing convincing. You don't have to earn today's support. You don't have to chase it. You only have to receive it gently. Let your breathing stay slow for just a moment longer. Let this quiet feeling settle fully before the day asks anything more of you. If a worried thought drifts in already, simply let it pass, the way a cloud passes, without needing your permission or your attention. Whatever today brings, you don't have to face it entirely alone. You are held quietly in more ways than you can always see or fully understand right now. Whatever felt uncertain last night has not disappeared, but you are meeting it now from a steadier, softer place inside yourself than before. You are safe here, in this quiet morning, in this soft support, in this moment that asks nothing further of you just yet. Notice how much lighter you feel already, how much more supported than you did before this meditation began, how much easier it feels to simply breathe. Let this feeling carry you now, unhurried, into whatever this day holds, wrapped in something warm and quietly certain. And as you move through today, however it unfolds, know that this safety, this love, this support was never something you had to create, only something you had to remember quietly again and again, morning after morning, for as long as it takes to feel entirely true. Whatever you carried into this morning, you don't have to carry the same way through the rest of the day. Something has already shifted here, even if only slightly, even if only for this quiet moment, and that shift is real, and it is yours to keep. Rest here gently, my dear, for just one more breath before the day fully begins. You are safe, you are loved, you are deeply supported today and always, and this quiet truth will still be here, waiting for you for as long as you need it.